Welcome to another edition of Sci-Fi Journal, the only sci-fi TV show with authentic Rhode Island accents. I'm Marc Morisseau. Also hosting the show today are Calvin Watts III, Jay Kinston, and James Hinsey.
Hello.
All right, awesome sauce. Happy New Year, everybody. January 2018. Holy cow. Year flies by. All right, as always, we bring you lots of really cool stuff, starting off with movie news and a segment we like to call Popcorn Previews. Take it away, Jay.
Annihilation tells a story of a biologist who signs up for a secret mission where the laws of nature do not necessarily apply. Stars Tessa Thompson and Natalie Portman, and it opens up on February 23rd. Let's take a look at that beautiful bean footage.
Can you describe its form?
No.
Start from the beginning.
What do you think I do when you're away? You think I'm out in the garden pining, looking up at the sky? Why aren't you here?
I gotta leave a day early.
Your husband's here.
Let me see him.
He's extremely ill.
You have to tell me where he was, what he was doing.
It was his decision to go in. It's something they termed the Shimmer. We've sent in drones and teams of people, but nothing comes back.
But something has.
You're a biologist. You served in the military.
If I knew what happened, I could save his life.
The boundary's getting bigger, it's expanding. We're talking cities, states.
You need to know what's inside. So do I. It's beautiful.
Check this out.
It's like they're stuck in a continuous mutation.
Anything interesting in there?
No. Sharks have teeth like that.
It's not possible. You can't crossbreed different species. What is it?
The soldiers on the last expedition.
They went crazy, or something in here killed them.
Something's come through the fence.
Through the fence? We have to go back.
I can't go back.
We can camp here tonight. It's destroying everything.
It's not destroying. It's making something new.
Hoopy-doo, scary stuff. Looks good.
Yep.
Well, if it has Annihilation in the title, it better look good.
It better look good.
Okay. For our next film, we've got Ready Player One, which is a Steven Spielberg film, and it stars Ty Sheridan, who is going to be the new Cyclops in the new Marvel Universe films. And it tells a story of a video game inventor who dies, but knows he's dying and leaves an Easter egg in his game. And it's basically he invites all the game users to find that Easter egg, and if they do find it, it will unlock his fortune, and they'll be the sole heirs to his fortune since he has no family or no one that he wants to leave the money to. And the release date on this one is March 30th. It looks pretty interesting. It's a Steven Spielberg film. And let's take a look at that footage.
My name's Wade Watts. My dad picked that name because it sounded like a superhero's alter ego, like Peter Parker or Bruce Banner. But he died when I was a kid, my mom too. And I ended up here. Sitting here in my tiny corner of nowhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere. Except the Oasis. A whole virtual universe. People come to the Oasis for all the things they can do. But they stay because of all the things they can be.
Can you feel this?
Yeah. It's the only place that feels like I mean anything. The Oasis was the brainchild of James Halliday.
Hello. If you're watching this, I'm dead. I created a hidden object, an Easter egg. The first person to find the egg will inherit $500 billion and total control of the Oasis itself.
Who is this Parzival, and how the hell is he winning?
Find him. This isn't just a game. I'm talking about actual life and death stuff.
The Oasis, the world's most important economic resource. And it's nothing less than a war for control of the future.
Welcome to the rebellion, Wade.
Like many of you, I only came here to escape. But I found something much bigger than just myself. Are you willing to fight?
Help us save the Oasis.
That looks really cool. There are so many geek and sci-fi and video game references in there. It's not even funny.
Yeah, and what's scary is that this VR stuff is becoming more and more reality every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, just a matter of time.
There's VR and there's AR too, augmented reality.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And our last offering for you this month is The New Mutants. Now, The New Mutants is a movie based on a comic book. It's in the Marvel X-Men universe. It's the next generation of X-Men, basically. But in this film, the New Mutants are all in a government lab and have to work together to escape because they're all being treated like a bunch of living guinea pigs. They have no rights, they have no freedom, and they want to escape. And so they must work together, as I said. Now, the release date on this one is
April 13th.
April 13th. Thank you, James. And why don't you just give him a couple of the stars?
Anya Taylor-Joy and Charlie Heaton.
Okay. Now, this looks like a must-see film. Take my word for it, as I've been so accurate in the past.
Yeah. Can you say Avatar? Okay.
Can you say... never mind.
I didn't bring it up.
I did.
Yeah. How do you say bone off in French? Anyway.
Cherchez la vache. Okay.
Let's take a look at that clip right now.
I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I want you to respond truthfully. Have you ever hurt someone?
Yes.
Have you ever experienced anything you'd consider abnormal?
Yes. 'Cause Yes.
Last question. Do you know what mutants are? Did you know baby rattlesnakes are more dangerous than adult ones? They haven't learned how to control how much venom they secrete. All of you are dangerous. That's why you're here.
What is this place?
This isn't a hospital. It's a haunted house.
You've been through a lot. Get some rest.
Now this is about New Mutants. I want to know what happened to the old mutants.
They retired and lived on Norwood Avenue.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't really say where and what time period in the X-Men scheme of things it is.
Okay.
But it's definitely horror-esque, if not an outright horror film, which is really awesome. It's a different direction, and I'm really looking forward to
Yeah,
seeing
it's going to be cool.
Absolutely. It kind of shows what happens when the mutant powers go a little bit awry.
Oops.
So,
Could be post-Logan or something.
yes, it could be. And that's what I've got for popcorn previews for the month of January. Now take it away, Mark, with...
No, take it away, Calvin.
Oh, Calvin. I stand corrected, or sit corrected, as the case may be. Take it away, Calvin, with Game Over.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Okay, so January, have a lot of stuff, so let's get to it really quickly, or try to.
Okay.
Justice League is a good movie, not a great movie, but I thought it was nice. They're talking about, because it's done mediocre for most people at the box office. I don't see how you can have a $600 million movie worldwide be considered a bomb, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
Fans have been petitioning for a director's cut with Zack Snyder's original vision. That might happen. So more information on that as it comes. Home video releases out now. Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets.
Yep.
Despicable Me 3. Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Spider-Man: Homecoming. And Transformers: The Last Night, which I'm just telling you for the sake of prosperity, but trust me, don't buy it.
Don't even buy
Don't even buy
No,
it.
but Spider-Man: Homecoming, go out and get.
Yeah.
Michael
Absolutely.
Keaton was a fabulous villain.
Yeah.
Absolutely fabulous villain.
Coming out this month, on the 9th of January, we have It, the remake of the Stephen King book classic.
Oh.
On the 16th, Blade Runner 2049, critically acclaimed Ridley Scott dystopian film. And on the 23rd, Geostorm, which kind of bombed at the box office. But
Yeah.
if you like a post-apocalyptic or end of the world
Disaster,
scenarios,
yeah.
disaster movies.
My wife likes those kind of movies, so
It was
she's probably
good.
going to watch it.
So
She can go with my wife.
Yeah, there you go.
So I want to talk a little bit about this, you guys, because there's a lot of stuff that came out this week. So one of the things I was going to talk about, because it kind of fits in with the whole home theater stuff, there was a few things out there. So the digital realm and is really where a lot of stuff is going on for like movies and TV content. You can buy movies or TV shows off of like Google or Amazon or iTunes or Vudu. That's like the Walmart service. And most of the major studios signed up for like one or two things, or they had their own thing going on. There's a service called Ultraviolet where you could redeem your digital copies stuff there, and you'd have like an area for that content. Disney had one called Disney Movies Anywhere that had the Disney content. Well, they went into an agreement with some of the movie studios, Fox, Warner Brothers, Universal, and Sony, and they dropped the Disney out of Disney Movies Anywhere, so what's called now Movies Anywhere. And they went into an agreement with Google and Amazon and iTunes and Vudu. So those are the 4 major like digital places for digital content. So now if you use this app, all your digital content, because there were some movie studios that only use, say, iTunes or Apple, for example, and some that only used like Disney Movies Anywhere. So now you can link all your stuff together, and then you could watch all of your digital content on one thing, which is pretty cool. But of course, that pales in comparison to what happened this week. There was rumors that hit a couple of weeks ago that Fox was looking to sell off their entertainment division, that Disney's was in talks to buying it. It kind of went away for like a week or so, and then CNBC just popped up and says not only is it going to happen, it's pretty much a done deal. And less than a week later, it's a done deal. Now, of course, it has to be finalized, and the government has to get through and have its approval because there's antitrust regulations and stuff. But politics aside, with the government that's in place now, this is going to probably go through. And the ramifications for this are huge. I can't state that enough. Just to give you an example of what Disney controlling the Fox Entertainment division is going to mean, they will get the distribution rights back to Star Wars Episode 4.
Yep.
And so you might actually get the 20th Century Fox fanfare in front of the Star Wars movies again. The Marvel Universe rights, the X-Men. There was a little, so the X-Men, all of that characters will get back under the control of Marvel. There was a little speculation about Fantastic Four, because while Fox makes the Fantastic Four movies, there's actually a little small production company that actually has the rights. And so they weren't sure how that was going to work, but no, they get the Fantastic Four back and all of those people. And that's something that would be good for a roundtable. We can have a discussion at a later date. Franchises that they get back, or they will control: Planet of the Apes, Avatar, Alien, Predator, The Simpsons, Family Guy, a ton of stuff.
Wait a minute.
Firefly. Yeah, I was going to
They
say
get
that too.
Firefly.
Firefly.
I was going to mention this in TV news. They get Firefly.
New Disney princes.
They'll get control.
No, don't go there. No. Okay.
They'll get control of the FX networks. Fox Morocco is going to keep the Fox channel, and they want to just focus on their news and sports divisions.
Right.
So they'll license contents, for the regular Fox network.
They got a controlling part of Hulu.
Oh, I'm getting to that. Yep. All TV shows and films, anything that 20th Century Fox produced, and there's just a ton of stuff there.
How I Met Your Mother.
Disney already had a stake in Hulu. With 20th Century Fox's purchase, they'll own 60%. Now, this is also big because Disney was already talking about they're leaving Netflix, because right now they have their stuff licensed to Netflix and they're going to start their own services. Well, if they own 60% of Hulu, there's your service right there.
Right.
And this is just pure speculation on my part, but they have everything in place, and there's your number one rival to Netflix as it is now. I mean, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. But the entertainment landscape is changing.
Wow.
In a
Not
big way.
Ion's television for women.
Okay, moving on to gaming. They just had the Gaming Awards, and they had some games, come out. Some of the most popular, most critically acclaimed games of the year. I was able to get some on the day after Thanksgiving sale, really cheap, really cool. Resident Evil 7 made the honors. There's an indie game which I did buy, I haven't tried yet. It was supposed to be really cool, whimsical, called What Became of Edith Finch. Really looking forward to that. And the winner, and there was no doubt of what the winner was going to be, was Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Excellent game. If you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you should get one. If you're a Zelda fan, if you're a role-playing game fan, if you're an adventure fan, this game has it all. And it was really cool. At the Gaming Awards, they were waiting for the second part of the Zelda DLC, and they announced that the Zelda DLC would be out the next day. So the second part is really cool. Has new story content, which is a first for like the Zelda series. And to celebrate that, Nintendo also released 4 new amiibos corresponding with the champions of the game, so that's pretty cool.
To slay the beast once and for all, it will be my great pleasure.
One day, Princess, I must leave him to face my fate with Ruta.
No monster stands a chance when fighting me, the almighty Garou.
Sometimes I forget myself and get lost in the past.
I also heard that they exceeded 10 million in sales. How many units for Nintendo Switch?
Nintendo Switch is doing very, very well, beyond the expectations that they had. Totally blows the Wii U out of the water. It's a really good system. They got it right.
Nice.
And I know you can't give an exact price, but just a ballpark figure on how much you're going to pay for a Nintendo Switch.
Under 300.
Under 300, okay.
Above 297.
That's about it. You can't get any
Unless you can find it on sale.
Can't get any closer
But
than that.
The mystery.
I can tell you that there are also bundles and stuff going on. You can shop around and probably get a good price. But it's definitely worth it. And with supposedly a Pokemon game coming out, you think this is nuts. It's going to go absolutely crazy because Pokemon's stronger than ever. Really quickly, Destiny 2, the first DLC pack is out, Curse of the Osiris, or a Curse of Osiris, I should say. It takes place on Mercury, so there's some really cool stuff going on there. Bungie is kind of in some hot water with some of the fans, though, after they found out that they were deliberately holding back the leveling up system. And so they're trying to make good with the fans. We'll see how that goes.
There's been a development on Mercury. X activity there surged exponentially. And at the same time, the most notorious Guardian in Vanguard history has returned, Osiris. Go to Mercury and find Osiris.
Seconds remaining. What? Delightful! This is wonderful! That look easy.
Get the expansion pass December 5th. 2 epic adventures, 1 great value.
Xbox One X has come out. If you have a 4K TV, you're a gaming fan, you're an Xbox fan, it's definitely worth the upgrade. If you don't have an Xbox, but you are planning to get one and you're thinking about the future, it's definitely one to get. You will see some performance upgrades, even if you only have like a 1080p TV. It does, because of the processing power, it runs a lot smoother than the original Xbox One X, but it's pretty cool. So that is all I got. On to Toob News with Marc Morisseau. Go ahead, Marc.
Thank you, Calvin. All right, The X-Files returns to Fox Television on January 3rd, 8 p.m. for season 11. Any X-File fans here?
Yes.
Yeah.
A couple.
Yeah,
kind
the
of.
new
Crickets.
6-episode season thing they had last year was
Yeah.
pretty good.
It was good, so they're doing it again. Awesome. The CW's new superhero show, Black Lightning. That looks like a lot of fun.
Yes.
It premieres on Tuesday, January 16th at 9 p.m. So that should be a cool show.
Now,
to check
this
out.
is not set in the Arrowverse, correct?
It's not set in the Arrowverse.
Oh, it's
Yet.
not?
I don't believe so.
Oh,
No.
too bad.
No, I don't know what universe.
I have Black Lightning
Then again-
#1
Do you?
from 1970s.
Yeah, hang on to that.
Neither is Supergirl, technically. I mean, it's in another thing, so.
They're on like these different dimensions, and don't get me started. They should do a Crisis on Infinite Earths with all the DC stuff on the CW and just meld everything together and get it done with.
Black Lightning was the savior who kept our streets and our schools safe. He was hope personified. But he was also Jefferson Pierce, my father.
Take me to the edge of what can break me.
You've been on the streets fighting the 100 for years. Let someone else do it. Girls need a father.
Baby, I promise. No more.
From the clutches of my heart that will forsake me.
You two are all me and your mother have. I love you both.
He tried to keep his promise to my mother. Said that he saved more lives as the principal of Garfield High than he ever did as Black Lightning. But without Black Lightning, violence in the streets by the 100 gang multiplied.
Our children are dying in these streets and no one cares.
The anger was just under the surface for all of us. The whole city was ready to explode. He could only bury who he really was for so long.
The city is getting more and more dangerous every moment. I'm just trying to keep you safe.
Excuse me? I'm not afraid of the 100.
Yes, you should be.
Now you just pissed me off.
If you mess with me, my sister, my mother, or the innocent in the city, you're gonna get lit up.
Sent you a car?
Yeah.
It was nice.
Hashtag Black Lightning's back.
Sometimes I can come off a little overprotective.
Yes, you.
All right, The Walking Dead finishes season 8 beginning Sunday, February 25th at 9 p.m. on AMC, finishing up that portion of The Walking Dead. You know, I'm at the point in my life where I've followed The Walking Dead since the very first show, very first season, and I still like the show. But now whenever I hear Negan talk, I just fast forward. Like, shut the hell up, I don't care. And I just fast forward, you know, he just talks too much. I'm kind of hoping that after this season, Walking Dead gets maybe 1 or 2 more seasons and just wraps it up, because I'm getting tired of zombies.
I don't know. There's people who can't get enough of it.
There's people who want this thing to go on for like another 10, 12, 13 seasons.
Look how long the comic is.
The comic is going.
The
good.
ratings are still good, but the ratings have definitely taken a drop.
The ratings have dropped. I mean, this last season, the ratings are a lot lower than the previous season. So that's an indication that you know, it's kind of gasping for air a little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Maybe after what happened with the beginning of last year when Negan killed off a couple characters.
Yeah, that turned off a lot of people. Yeah. It was too graphic, so they had to tone it down a little bit. Okay, and finally, the Netflix series Black Mirror, which is pretty cool, has a season 4 episode titled The USS Callister. It's a spoof of the original Star Trek series. So if you think Galaxy Quest or the Orville, all right? Yeah. And the season 4 episodes started airing on Netflix on December 29th. So if you haven't checked out Black Mirror, that's an awesome series.
I love it. It's like an anthology show.
Yep.
Each one's different, and it's very powerful.
Yeah, it's got a Twilight Zone type feel to it, which is good. Okay, and that's it. That's all I have this month for Toob News. Now, what we usually do every year is we recognize those people that are related in the sci-fi community or have some pieces of the sci-fi community who have passed away in previous years. So we want to do an In Memoriam for 2017. Let's take a look at that piece. All right, on to some better and brighter and happier stuff. It's time for Anime Daisuki with James Hinsey. Go, James, go!
Okay, so Anime Daisuki.
Yeah?
Anime Daisuki this month. I've got a bunch of little things here. There are going to be more anime coming to theaters here in the U.S. I've said it before, you know, and the experience in the theater is not like anything else because it's not like a TV or computer screen if you're watching streaming or on your phone.
Yep.
So go see these movies at the theater. In January, as we speak, or as we're airing, Mary and the Witch's Flower is going to be in theaters. That's a Fathom Events event. And I was mistaken before. I said that it was Studio Ghibli that made it, but it's actually a new studio called Studio Ponoc, P-O-N-O-C. But some of the animators, like the director, had worked at Studio Ghibli and had done a couple films at Ghibli. So the style is very much like a Studio Ghibli film, but it's actually a new studio, Studio Ponoc. There's also a Digimon Adventures film going to be in theaters. So Digimon Adventure, yes. There's still a lot of fans of Digimon and stuff. Another one coming in January, a live-action Gintama in theaters, January 19th. So January 19th, you can check that out. And then another one, Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha Reflection. It's a part of a series of films. This one opened up last summer in Japan, but the U.S. screening for Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha Reflection is February 9th. I don't know where, though, so check your local theaters to see. I don't know what company's distributing it. But this next one, and this is going to be, it's one of my favorite series that was on TV, on Cartoon Network or Toonami and
Crunchyroll?
Yep, it's available on other places. Eureka 7, High Evolution. So this is the beginning of a series of films sort of retelling the story of Eureka 7. And Eureka is spelled like Eureka, the word Eureka. So, this kind of goes back 10 years before to tell the story of the Summer of Love, they called it. It's this huge event that then later leads to Eureka, the young girl, and Renton meeting. So that's February 5th and 7th. It's a Funimation dub. There'll be a Japanese language with subtitle, and there'll be an English dub one of those 2 days. There'll be each of the versions. So yeah, February 5th and 7th for Eureka 7 High Evolution.
というわけで、これから始まるのは出会いと別れについてのあれこれ。見たもの、聞いたこと、出会った人たち、別れた人たち、そしてあの時のこと、あの子のこと。
人類を救うために人殺しをしなきゃならんとは。
それってまさか。
艦内緊急警報発令。オリジネートゼロ起動。
あれが博士の言っていた
人類の英知の結集決戦弾頭シルバーボックスだ。
オリジネートゼロ同期には人型コーラリアンエウレカとアドルクス・アストンが登場している。
何があったんです。なぜこんなことを。師匠
ねだるな、勝ち取れ。
さすれば与えられん。
私は行くよ。全てを終わらせ、全てを始めるために。
あの街から飛び出したのは君のことが知りたかったからだ。触れたかったからだ。感じたかったからだ。公共紙幣エウレカセブンハイエボリューション。
And then, what I have here, Toonami. There's news that Toonami will be around till 2021.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. So they've been making a lot of smart moves this past several years. I think they're doing really well. Their time slots expanded back again to like 11 to 4 a.m. or something like that, 11:30 to 4:30 a.m. So they have a lot of good shows, and they keep adding new, more recent, stuff that's really fun to watch. So yeah, Toonami till 2021. And Anime Boston, which is at the end of March, March 30th, April 1st, they announced some of their musical guests. One band, Flow, is going to be there. That's F-L-O-W. Mm-hmm. There's like an all-male band there. They do rock hard. And then they got a Japanese singer named Asaka, who will also be there at Anime Boston. So go check it out and
so
enjoy.
Flow doesn't sell insurance or anything?
No, not that Flow.
Okay, not that kind of Flow.
Right. But,
as in go with the flow.
Okay. No. So that's it I have
Rock on.
For Anime Daisuki this month. Now we're going to go on to our usual segment of toys, props, and other stuff.
Oh my God.
All right, so
here we go. Here's where our wonderful camera people this month, Adam and Madison, point to things that we have brought to show you, and we speak about them whenever you guys are ready. Okay, Calvin, you're up.
All right, from one end to the other, the 4K versions of Spider-Man Homecoming and DC's Wonder Woman. Excellent movies, definitely worth your time. If you get the 4K versions, they also have the Blu-ray version and a digital copy, so you're covered. Next to them, 3 of the more critically acclaimed games of the year, including the Game of the Year Resident Evil 7 for the Xbox, also out on the PlayStation 4, Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is a Nintendo Switch game, and The Evil Within 2, continuing the really creepy story. Also on Xbox 4 or Xbox One and PlayStation 4 game.
The book there I picked up at the Authors Expo at the Rhodes on the Patuxent back at the beginning of December. Horizon by Tabitha Lord. It's a science fiction novel. She's one of the ARIA authors, the Association of Rhode Island Authors here in Rhode Island.
I've met her. She's very nice.
Yep. And I read a review about it that really touted it as being a really great science fiction story. So I'm reading that one.
And the other thing is a Deadpool statue that we had gotten at our local GameStop, which we got at a really good price. If you know how to bargain shop, you can.
There you go.
And that other book there is The Overlords, Legend of the Treasure. This is the first volume of the Overlord series by Michael Squatrito. He's also a member of the Association of Rhode Island Authors and the current president of the association. And he lives right in my town too, so I picked this up, Michael Squatrito Jr., and he's, so I'm going to start that one soon after I finish Horizon.
Nice.
And looking forward to reading that series. I know one of the covers that he has was done by a Portsmouth high school student, so that was cool.
Yeah, that's good artwork.
And
nice job.
The expo event that we went to was great, and they had one of their main speakers was Marie Force. Marie Force is from Rhode Island, and then she traveled to different places. She's married to a former Navy person, but she started writing these romance novels set on Block Island, and my wife really enjoys those Marie Force novels. So she spoke about getting into writing and how much she's done with her self-publishing along with traditional publishing. So it was really cool to meet her and listen to her talk. And, yeah.
All right, what else do we have? We have our Kylo Ren pop figure, which is next to our PEG award that we won way back when. Was that 2012, I think?
Yeah,
we got that.
When they were still giving them out.
As things fall on the set. And next to that, Calvin, what is that, Alien?
The Blu-ray version of Alien Covenant, which was not a bad film. I thought it was worthy of.
Oh, I gotta check it out. I never saw it.
And then the 4K version of Transformers: The Last Night, which is here for prosperity purposes only. I do not recommend that film.
2 words.
It is so bad.
2 words. Don't bother.
Right.
Okay.
Covenant does help explain some of what happened in Prometheus.
Yes.
Okay.
This one is a graphic novel I picked up at the Boston South Coast Comic-Con and Anime Fest. Mountain Night Owl Tales, Kentucky fireside folklore. So one of them is several different stories in there about owls and other things, and one of them is a real true story, and the others are more folklore and stuff like that. So I love owls. So I picked this up, and the artist autographed it for me. Who?
All right, awesome. As always, if you want to get in touch with us, our email is rizfic.communications@gmail.com. Write us a letter or a poster, send us cookies. We like that kind of stuff. Our website is www.risfc.org. We have Twitter feeds at Sci-Fi Journal. You can contact us there. And we have Facebook pages as well. All right, it's January. It's New Year's. I only have one, so I'm going to share. Okay, here we go. Happy New Year! January 2018. We hope this year is happy and prosperous and your family and friends enjoy themselves and have lots of success. Thank you very much for watching this edition of, boy, do I look goofy. Thank you very much for watching this edition of Sci-Fi Journal.
No, you were right. It's an edition of Boy Do You Look Goofy.
No, I
and
totally
we will
agree.
see you next month in February. Bye. Ow.
Ow. Ow.